The Descent is a 2005 horror film that is highly praised around the board. Literally everyone was glazing this movie, saying it was tense.
Blah, blah, blah. Alright, let's cut to the chase. I didn't want to waste my time watching a boring movie on Halloween night, and you guys don't want to waste your time watching a boring movie review. Here's why the movie sucks.
This movie is praised for its smart protagonist. Now, I have a hard time believing in these characters because, besides three, they have no clear identifiable characteristics. I had to use very specific details to just try to tell them apart, which is very hard because the movie is dark. Right, so this is the main chick. She has plot armor, and her husband and kid died in a car crash, which was his fault because he wasn't looking at the road. This is cheating bitch. She very clearly has a secret to tell. This is apnea chick. She has a hard time breathing for 17 minutes. This is why she has her nickname. And these last three have interchangeable names and serve no plot significance, so I'm just going to call them this is the queer-coded chick. I don't mean this in a negative tone. It's just genuinely the only characteristic that she possesses. This is watch chick, and this is orange helmet chick. Now, these characters, who are so smart, blindly trust their friends and go caving. Oh, but it's set up that they've grown distant. Okay, but barely. And that's all the more reason to just not blindly trust them. The cheating bitch leads them to a cave never before explored. They've been climbing for years, and she just ignores the safety issues with this. At one point in the film, Orange Helmet Chick is in charge of securing anchor points so her friends can cross a seemingly bottomless pit. She decides to make a smart decision and trust very old technology over her own anchor placement. I've never been climbing in my life, and I know that this is a dumb idea. Later on in the film, the queer chick decides to sprint in a very dark, never before explored cave system. For obvious reasons, this is a smart decision. Queer chick does this, as explained in the film, because she was chasing after phosphorus, which IRL can glow. Bravo movie. Except it only re-emits light when exposed to light, which isn't possible because this isn't a well-traveled cave, so they didn't even really research that fact, at all. Also, she didn't even have to break her leg. It serves nothing other than to add random tension, which is just lost because of how absurd the whole situation is. She could have just stayed with the group, and the writers kill her off first anyway. The apnea chick assumes the worst from cheating bitch and tells the main chick not to trust her.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
There is no previously established reason for this to be the case. Yes, apnea chick was stabbed in the neck, but we, the audience, have no reason to suspect it was intentional. And if there was malicious intent, we weren't shown that in the film. Apnea chick and cheating bitch have no beef. Now, to round out the smart characters, by this point in the film, the smart female protagonists know the creatures hunt by sound and still yell when it's not needed. I understand if you're in the heat of the moment making noises, blah, blah, all right? But when it's completely silent and you see a creature and then you go and tell your friends, hey, run, even though you know they hunt by sound, why are you making sound? It makes no sense. Please use your brain, dude. It cannot be that hard. Holy cow. They do this multiple times, almost every single time, only when the plot needs more action. I'm not trying to discredit the fact that these women do perform feats of strength. They hang from one hand and they kill creatures with ease. They just make dumb decisions, and were not written to be compelling in the slightest. The creatures hunt by sound. However, they don't follow this rule until the characters find this out.
Animals. Hundreds of them.
Our introduction to the characters is basically just them aura-mogging and not attacking their victims for 5 minutes. In a different scene, I think it's Orange Helmet Chick. I don't really know anymore. She took off her helmet 30 minutes ago. Anyway, lack of Orange Helmet Chick turns the corner with a loud grunt. 10 seconds later, the watch chick turns the exact same corner, making no noise, and gets jump scared by one of the creatures. Explain as to how the first girl didn't just get immediately clobbered if the creature was right there. So, because the characters are smart, the creatures are consistently dumbed down so the characters survive. They're shown to be ruthless and unforgiving, but then just take their sweet time to attack. This doesn't prove that the girls are strong, it actually works against that. Lastly, for the action, the editing is just literal cheeks. It's god awful. You can hear the stereotypical eagle screech abruptly cut out when the sound file ends. And another thing with the editing, all right, when the lighting is this bad, we need everything we can as an audience to follow the action. Okay, the lighting is not what I hate. What I hate is that I can't see what's happening when you make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cuts within 3 seconds. That's insane. That's even worse than the Suicide Squad film, the one that Jared Leto was in. And that movie had terrible editing. Like, I have never seen editing this bad in a fight scene. It's actually diabolical. On top of that, can't see anything, and there's shaky cam. It's so bad. It's infuriating how bad it is. The main chick is stuck under a rock. To help her breathe, apnea chick, wow, she should be helping herself out, shines a light in her face.
Beth, I'm stuck.
Oh, it's all right. The worst thing that's happened to you. The worst thing that's happened has already happened. It's gonna be just fine. Okay. How do you make a lemon orgasm? You tickle with citrus. You're gonna be okay, man. It's okay. You're gonna be totally chilling.
Now, the main chick is stuck under this rock. Okay, I understand. But as soon as the rock loosens and shifts down visibly, as soon as it poses a threat to crush her, all of a sudden, she's free to move. Like I talked about earlier, she stabbed apnea chick in the neck 1 hour into the film. It was right where, in the neck where your arteries and your trachea are. So she shouldn't be able to breathe and should have maybe like 6 minutes at most to live from the impact of this climbing pick to the neck. However, she doesn't officially die until after delivering super important exposition, 17 runtime minutes, or about 20, maybe 23 movie time minutes later.
Main chick. Don't trust the cheating bitch. She did this. Pretend there's blood here. She stabbed me in the neck. And wait. And here's a necklace. She was cheating on your husband. Your husband was cheating on you with her. All right, I'm gonna die now.
Here's a side note. Why did apnea chick take the necklace off of cheating bitch? Not being able to read it in the dark? Like, how'd she just know it was important to the plot? And why did she just give it to the main chick? No reason for that at all, because she can't even read it. Side note number 2 on the necklace. Why would cheating bitch bring a necklace signifying an affair on the trip where the girl she was cheating on was supposed to be? Like, that is some next level mogging. Cheating bitch. The creatures hunt on the surface and bring their food down below into a pitch black cave where they have evolved to live perfectly in the dark. Okay, so how did they evolve if they're constantly seeing light? It takes time for your eyes to adjust from the dark to the light. How did they evolve to be able to see perfectly in pitch black? Did they just use echolocation on the surface? From an evolutionary standpoint, makes no sense. Okay, and why didn't they just live a different part of the cave where it's easier to get up to the surface, where there's a little bit of light? What was the point in them living so dark, like deep down in the dark? There's literally no reason for that. Makes no sense. What in the outside world forced the creatures to just chill underwater, completely silent for minutes on end? Like, what is the evolutionary benefit? We see this twice when Cheatin' Bitch and the main chick are attacked separately. The lore behind these creatures just makes no sense. Completely takes me out of the film. I thought it was going to be interesting. It was just stupid. I have seen some bad movies in my time. Big deal. I'm just pissed because I was blatantly lied to. Everywhere online from professionals were saying this movie was good, and it just isn't. I really wish people were at least honest, and if they are going to be biased, would have said so. I had a whole afternoon robbed from me because I could have watched The Thing or The Monster House or Gone with the Wind, which is 4 times as long as this movie, or Spider-Verse 2, or any other good film. I could have watched anything, but instead, I had to waste an hour and a half of my life. Not even just that, I had to waste 4 hours of my life because I felt obligated to warn people that this movie is glazed for no reason. I feel like I had to let you guys know that people highly praise this steaming pile of crap. And maybe that's a little harsh, okay? The set design and some of the shots when it wasn't constantly randomly cutting were pretty sweet. I'd give it like a 2, maybe 3 out of 10, okay? I'm just glad that at the very least they didn't waste $7 million more dollars making a sequel. Oh wait, they did? Wow, and I thought this one was bad. Its sequel must have been unbearable to watch. Holy cow. Anyway, before I go, I have 2 more things for you. Number 1, if you like this movie, that's great. Your own opinion is always sometimes more important than mine. And 2, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.